Alright, welcome back. We are going to do chapter 2, and this one's called Homework Project 3. So, in this video I'm not going to be clicking back and forth to the directions. I just printed them out, so hopefully you do the same thing and follow along. Step 1 is to open up the Excel program or file and download it, and this is what you'll get right here. This is all the data we'll be working with today. Step 2, we're going to change the theme to slice. So to do that, we are going to click on the page layout tab here and click on themes. It's going to give us a bunch of options, and we just have to find the one it wants. Slice. You're not really going to see any difference here until we start putting in more data. Alright, we're still on step number 2. It says rename sheet 1 bulbs and sheet 2 as trees. Alright, so here's sheet 1, sheet 2. It wants us to rename these. So if you right click, all you have to do is go to rename. So one will be bulbs, and sheet 2 will be trees. So right click on this, rename, and trees. Alright, there's bulbs and trees. It says click the bulb sheet tab to make it the active sheet. Alright, so if you can see here how this is highlighted in green, that means it's the active sheet right now. So we want this one as the active sheet. We are done with step 2. Step 3. To the right of column B, insert 2 new columns to create new blank columns C and D. Alright, so it wants us to put 2 new columns to the right of B here. So to do that, we'll highlight C column right here, and then right click. We'll get these options right here, and all you have to do is put insert. 1, and then go ahead and do it again. 2. So you see it gave us 2 new columns to the right of B. I know that could be a little confusing because people's first reaction is they want to highlight the B column and then insert a tab, but if you do that, you see it's going to give you a new B column, and we don't want that. We want 2 new columns to the right of B. So go ahead and highlight C, right click, insert, hit insert, right click again, then insert. Alright, there's our 2 new columns to the right of B. Oh, step 3 is a big one. By using flash fill in the 2 new columns, split the data in column B. So it wants us to take this data right here, the item number, the categories, and it wants us to split it up. So it wants the items here and the column or categories here. So let's go ahead and do that. So to do this, all you have to do is type in 1239. That's the first item number there. Now come over here and hit the check mark. Now the next step you're going to do is come over here to your data tab, and you're going to find the word flash fill. There it is right there, flash fill. So once we click this, it's going to take all the data right here and copy it over to column C. See? 1265, 1285. Pretty cool. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing but for categories. So you're going to want to type in daffodils. Hit the check mark. We're already on the data tab, so we're just going to come over here and hit flash fill. And it just copied all the information over to here. Now you'll notice that when I did flash fill for this, it put categories on here, but it didn't do it for items. And that's fine. all you have to do is go ahead and type it in, item number. And it also says that in your directions here. It says split the data in column B into 2 columns for item number in column C and category in column D. As necessary, type item number as the column title in column C and category in the column title in column D. Well, looks good to me. And that concludes step 3. Step 4, delete column B. Well, that's an easy one. Just come over here to B, right click, and delete. There it goes, all gone. By using the cut and paste command, cut column C category and paste it to column G. Alright, so it wants us to take column C here and it wants us to cut and paste it to G. So highlight C, right click, we're going to cut it. I'm just going to get these moving lines around it. And now we're going to come over to G. And you're going to want to right click and paste. Now our information is over here and it disappeared from column C. Alright, so our directions say after we do that, delete the empty column C. Alright, that's easy. We just did that. So I'll left click on C, right click, and delete. Looks pretty good so far. Alright, so the last part of step 4 says apply auto fit to columns A through F. Alright, so auto fit, first thing we want to do is we want to highlight A, B, C, D, E, and F. And we're going to come over to our home tab. We're going to go find our cell group, which is over here. We're going to click on format. And if you look right here, it says auto fit column width. That's all it wants us to do, so just click that. Now it's auto fitting it so everything fits into the cells. Now you can click anywhere on these cells and it unchecks A through F. And that concludes step 4. Step 5, display the trees worksheet. Alright, so we want to make this one active, so just click it. Now it's active. Then repeat steps 3 to 4 on this worksheet. Alright, so it wants us to do the same thing to this worksheet as we did to the other one. So let's go back to number 3 and work through the steps. To the right of B, insert 2 new columns. Alright, so click on C, right click, insert, right click again, insert. Alright, by using flash fill in the 2 new columns, split the data in B into the columns for item numbers in column C and category in column D. As necessary, type item number as the column title in column C and category as the column title in column D. Alright, so the same thing as last time. Come over to this cell and we're going to type in 1783. Hit our check mark. Go to the data tab and flash fill. And it puts all the data in. Go to D and do the same thing. Nut trees. Check mark. We're already on the data tab and flash fill. Now it gave me item number / category. We don't need all that, so we just need it to say category. So we can delete that. And we can come over here and write item number. Alright, so we successfully split this data into 2 separate columns. Alright, so the next part is step 4 where we delete column B. We do not need that, so right click, delete. By using cut and paste command, cut column C and paste it to column G. So come over to C, right click, cut, come over to G, right click, paste. There we go. It says, and then delete empty column C. Alright, so left click, right click, delete. Then we want to apply auto fit to A through F. Alright, so let's click on A, left click on A, hold down that left click and drag it over to F and let go. Now come over to your home tab, find your cell group and click format, and then auto fit column width. Alright, so we repeated step 3 and 4 to trees. So step 5 is done. Step 6. Without grouping your sheets, make the following calculations in both worksheets. In cell B4, alright, so let's find B4 first. Here's B4, right here. Cell B4, enter a function to sum the quantity in stock data, and then apply the comma style with 0 decimal places to the result. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is go to formulas, and we want to hit auto sum. Now you see when you hit auto sum, it puts equals, sum, in parentheses. It wants us to put data into those parentheses. So what it wants the sum of is it wants the sum of the quantity in stock. So all we have to do is left click on here and drag it down. We're going to get all this data of the quantity, sorry. Alright, so it's all highlighted. You'll see our data went into those parentheses, A15 through A42. So it's going to sum that up for us. So just hit enter, and there's our sum. The next thing it wanted us to do was make this comma style. So go back to your home tab and come over here to comma. It also said 0 decimal places. So we got 2 decimals here. We want to get rid of those. So right here, this one's to increase, this one's to decrease. We want to get rid of them. So decrease. 1, 2. No more commas. Alright. So let's go over to bulbs and do the same thing. Go to B4. Go to our formulas tab. Hit auto sum. And let's put our data in. It wants the quantity in stock. So let's highlight that. And enter. Let's click on it again. Go to our Homes tab. Put the comma style and get rid of our decimals. Okay. Next, step 8. Enter formulas to calculate the average, medium, lowest, and highest retail prices, and then apply the accounting number format. Alright, so here's B5. So the first one it wants is the average. Alright, so find the average. We're in formulas, more functions, statistical, and average. You're going to get this window. It's going to say B4. Delete that. And we want to find the average of the retail price. So we're going to click the first price, drag it all the way down so we can highlight everything. And hit enter. And there's our average price. So we're going to do the same exact thing for this. So more functions, statistical, and you're going to go ahead and find that on here. There it is right there. There's that same window. Delete that. Highlight retail price. And enter. Do the same thing for lowest price. This one's going to be a little bit different because instead of saying lowest price, it's going to say min. So scroll down to the M's and find min. That's the same thing as lowest. Delete that. Highlight your retail price again. And enter. And for highest, it's not going to say highest, it's going to say max. So go ahead and find your max. Right there. Delete that and highlight retail price again. There you go. Let's see if there's anything more. Apply the accounting format to those ones. Alright, so let's highlight these and apply the accounting format. Let's go to home. And all it wants is this dollar sign right here, accounting number format. That's it. Now let's go ahead and go to trees and do the same exact thing. Alright, so let's go to formulas tab, more functions, statistical, average. Get rid of that. Highlight your prices here. And enter. More functions. There it is. Delete that. Highlight your price. Enter. Go here. Find the min. Delete that. Highlight your price. Whoops, went too far. Enter. Alright, one more. Functions. And go to max. Max. Delete that. Highlight retail price. Okay. Alright, so just like we did last time, highlight these, go to your home tab, accounting number format. Alright, that concludes step 6. Let's move on to step 7. Without grouping your sheets, make the following calculations in both worksheets. Alright, in cell B10, enter count if. Alright, so let's find B10 first. B10. That'll be right next to evergreen types. So we're going to go back to our formulas tab here. And we're going to go back to more functions. And statistical. And just find count if. There it is right there. Click count if. You're going to get this range here. So let me explain a little bit what count if is. Count if will count how much you have of a certain item. So in this case, it wants us to use count if to determine how many tulips there are. Now if we really wanted to waste a lot of time, we would go through and count the tulips by hand, but why would we when we have this awesome formula? Actually, we're in the trees tab right now, so if you look at your directions, it wants us to use count if to calculate evergreens for trees tab. So for our range, we are going to want the category column. So highlight everything in this category. By highlighting this, Excel knows that we're only looking in that column to find evergreens. So for cafeteria, this is where we're going to put what we want to find out of that range. And we want to find evergreens out of that range. Now it's very important you spell this right, because if you spell it wrong, like if I forgot to put the S, it's going to look for evergreen instead of evergreens, and that can mess up our count. Alright, so this is me telling the computer, I want you to find the word evergreens between F15 and F42. Hit OK. And it found 4 evergreens. If you don't trust it, you can count it by hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it was right. So let's go over here to our bulbs. B10. More functions, statistical, and count F. Nope, can't see. There it is right there, count F. Alright, so it's going to ask us our range. Our range is going to be everything in this category. Column right here. Alright, now it's going to ask, what do you want to find? And in the bulbs, we want to find tulips. Tulips. Hit OK. It counted 5 tulips in this category. And that completes step 7. Now it's time to go to step 8. Without grouping your sheets, make the following calculation in both worksheets. In cell G14, let's go find G14 right there. Type stock level. Alright, stock level. In cell G15, enter an if function to determine the items that must be ordered. If the I have such a hard time with that word. If the quantity in stock is less than 75, the value if true is order. Otherwise, the value if false is okay. Fill in the formula down through all the rows. So basically what this wants to do is it wants us to make a formula that's saying, hey, if this quantity in stock is less than 75, we want order to pop up here. But if it's more than 75, it's going to say okay. So that way, if we're running a business, we can look at it and say, hey, it says order, we better order it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're still going to be working with our formulas tab right here. But instead of going to more functions, we're going to go to logical and click on if. Alright, so this is where we're going to put in a formula where it's going to say, hey, I'm dealing with this range right here. This is my logical test range, which is going to be A15. A15. You can either type it in or you can click it. Either way you want. Alright, so we want it to be, put in the greater than sign, and direction says 75. So type that in this bar here. This is saying that if A15 is less than 75, true is going to be order. Does that make sense? So this formula is saying if A15 is less than 75, the true statement is going to be is that it needs to say order. Now if it's greater than 75, I want it just to say okay. That's my formula right there, and I'm going to hit enter. See? So this is more than 75, so it's okay. We don't need to order it. So instead of going through writing that formula for each thing, we're going to just put our little plus sign there and left click and drag it on down. There we go. So you can see like this one's 52. We need to order it. This one's 75. It's okay. This one's 25. It says order. 42 order. This is pretty cool. Alright. So that completes step 8, but we want to go ahead and do that for your trees sheet right here. So let's go to G14, enter stock level. Go to the Formulas tab, Logical, if. We want a 15. If it's less than 75, we need to order it. If it's greater than 75, it's okay. Hit OK. Go to the corner box there to get your plus sign. Left click and hold it. And drag it on down. There we go. We are good. Step 8 is now done. Alright, let's go to step 9. Without grouping your sheets, apply the following formatting in both worksheets. Apply conditional formatting to the stock level column. So we're going to be dealing with stock level column. So that the cells that contain the text order are formatted in bold italic with the font color of dark blue text 2. Alright, we can do that, right? Alright, so we're going to be dealing with stock level here. And let's highlight everything in stock level. Alright, so the next thing we want to do is go over to our Home tab. And you'll see in their Styles group, we're going to have conditional formatting. We're going to go over to this first one, highlight cells rule. And go to text that contains. And we're going to get a window that pops up. So we want to make things that say order in bold italic. So the first thing we're going to do here is put the word we're dealing with, which is order. So the next thing we want to do is we want to pick the color. You notice that the color's not on here. What do they want? They want dark blue. And there's nowhere to choose if we can make it bold and italic. So all we have to do is go to custom format. Once you do that, another window's going to load up here. Alright, this looks a lot better. So we're going to click bold italic. And for color, this is where we're going to pick dark blue text number 2. Nope, not that one. There we go, that one. And then hit OK. Alright, so we did our custom format, and we want it for the word order. And let's hit OK. Now you can see everything that needs to be ordered is bold, italic, and in blue. The next thing it says is apply granite fill blue dark data bars to the quantity and stock column. Alright, so dealing with a different column now, quantity and stock. Alright, so let's go ahead and highlight everything in quantity and stock. Next thing we're going to do is go to our Home tab, which we're already on. Come over here to our Styles group again. Go to conditional formatting again. Click on data bars. And here's our granite fill. It wants the blue data bars, so let's find blue. And there it is, blue data bars. Let's click on it. And there we go. It's this little data bars to show how much is in stock. And that concludes step 9, except for we got to repeat these steps for our bulbs category here. Alright, so let's see if you can remember how to do this. First, you want to highlight this. In your Homes tab, go to Conditional Formatting, highlight Cells Rules. text that contains. We're going to be dealing with the text that says order. We want a custom color. We want it bold italic. And we want it dark blue text too. I'm so sorry if you heard that. That's my dog. Hit OK. Hit OK. And now everything that needs to be ordered will be in blue. Next thing we're going to do, come over to our quantity in stock, highlight it, Homes tab, Styles group, Conditional formatting, Data bars, blue. Alright, we did the same thing to both sheets now. That is step 9. Alright, so number 10 wants us to deal with just the bulbs sheet here. So let's go ahead and highlight that, which it already is. Format the range A14 to G42 as a table with headers and apply table style light 20. Insert a total row, filter by category for tulips, and then sum the quantity in stock column. Record the results in B11. Wow, that sounds like a lot, but once we work through it, it'll be pretty easy and it'll look really cool. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to highlight A14 to G42. Highlight all of that. There we go. We're going to go over to our Homes tab. Find our Styles group here. And format as a table. And our direction says to apply title style light 20. So let's find that. Here's the light category, so it's somewhere in here. There's 18, 19. There we go. Light 20. Alright, that looks about right there. And it's just double checking, making sure. And make sure that my table has headers is checked, because the directions say to have headers. Hit OK. Now it looks like a really neat little pretty table here. Alright, so what else does it want? It says insert a total row. Alright, let's insert a total row. You're going to see in the F column there's categories, so click this arrow right here. Now we're making their totals row for tulips. So you notice that all these are checked. We don't want that, so click this and it unchecks them all. We just want tulips here. So hit OK. You know, you notice everything in this table went away except for tulips. Pretty cool, right? Alright, so now we want to enter a tulips or a total row. So to do that, click anywhere on this table here and go to design. If you look over here, you're going to see total rows. Check that. You're going to have a total row here. And if you click on total rows, you're going to see a little arrow right here. Click that. You're going to get all these options. Find the sum and click it. And now that total turned to 433. That's saying that the quantity in stock of tulips is 433. Our directions say to take that number and record it in B11. 433. Alright, so we're good. And that completes step 10. So it says step 11, clear the filter from the table. Alright, so the way to do that is just by clicking category again. And there's this option right here, clear filter from category. There we go. Everything's back to normal now. Except we still got this total row right here. We don't need that. So let's go back over, click anywhere on the table, and you'll see this design tab pops up. You have to click on the table, because if you're not clicked on the table, the design tab goes away. So click on that and just uncheck total rows. Disappears. Alright, so step 11, clear the filter from the table. We did that. Remove the total row. We did that. Next thing it says is sort the table on the item name column from A to Z. Alright, so it wants these in item name to be alphabetized. So let's click the arrow here. And all we have to do is click sort A to Z. That's it. All in alphabetical order now. Convert the table to a range. Alright, so let's convert that to a range. So make sure you click anywhere on the table, because we need this design tab again. Remember, if you click off of it, it's gone. So if you look under tools here, there's convert range. It's all it wants you to do is click that. You're going to get this message here. Do you want to convert the table to normal range? Yes, we do. That is it. That's all it wants us to do. Alright, so the next part of step 11, on the page layout tab, alright, page layout, set print titles so row 14 repeats at the top of each page. So this is saying that when we're ready to print this out, if we have 3 pages, that means that A14 is going to show up on the top of every page that we print out. Alright, so let's click on this. And you're going to see rows repeat at top. Click right here. And it's going to say, well, what row do you want to repeat? And just go to A14. See, it shows up right there. Just hit enter. And hit enter, well, hit OK. And you're good to go. That's all I wanted us to do. And we are done with step 11. Alright, so step 12. I'm pretty sure it wants us to repeat everything for trees. So let's go ahead and read through it and see what it wants. In the tree sheet, format the range A14 to G42 as a table with headers. Alright, so basically it's the same thing. Let's go ahead and highlight A14 to G42. Go to our formulas. Oh wait, nope. Wrong one. Page layout. There we go. It's our Homes tab here. Go to conditional formatting. I'm all wrong here. I meant format as a table. Alright, so our directions here want us to apply table style light 19. Alright, so let's find light 19. You wear light, that's 20 and 19. Saying, hey, is this the correct range? Do you want to add headers? Yes. And there we go. And that it looks like it wants us to insert the total row now. So let's click anywhere on the on the table so this design tab pops up. Check total row. And then we're going to filter the category for evergreens. So let's click on this little arrow here in categories. Uncheck, select all, and we just want evergreens. Hit OK. Got rid of everything but the evergreens. Click on this total cell. You'll see an arrow right here. Click on it and sum. There are 583 in stock, so we're going to go ahead and record that right here. Whoops. There we go. And we are done with number 12. So number 13, it's just like number 11. It wants us to clear the filter, wants us to alphabetize the name column, wants us to get rid of the total row and convert the table to a range. Alright, so basically we're just repeating everything we just did. So let's go click anywhere on the table, go to design, uncheck total rows, go to category, clear filter from category, you'll see right here under the design tab, convert to range. Yes. And we want to alphabetize this. So let's go ahead. Looks like I messed up on it for a second. Let's go back. There we go. We got to go back. Sorry. We want to alphabetize this first before we convert the range. So let's alphabetize this. Go back to our design tab. Now we can convert the range. So converting the range gets rid of those arrows. So that's why I couldn't alphabetize it until I went back. Alright. Sorry about that. Alright, so now it wants us to go and make row A14 repeat itself. So let's click on this. Go to page layout. This is what we want. Click this arrow. We want for row 14, hit enter. And hit OK. And that will make us done with step 13. It wants us to save our workbook. So let's go to File here. Just hit Save. Just to make sure in case anything happens that you can go back to it. Alright, so we are on step 14. It wants us to group the two worksheets. So to group, you're going to right click and you're going to click on select all sheets. Now you see both of them are highlighted. So anything we do to one sheet is going to happen to the other sheet now. Alright, so it wants us to merge and center the title in A1 across range A1 to G1 and apply the title cell style. Alright, so let's go ahead, click A1 and highlight all the way to G. Go to your Homes tab. Click Merge and Center. Now it wants us to apply the title cell style. So let's go to Cell Styles and find Title. There we go. Now it wants us to merge and center the subtitle in A2 from range A2 to G2. Alright, let's highlight all the way to G. Merge and center. Apply the heading 3 cell style. Alright. Cell style, heading 3. Here we go. Center the worksheets horizontally. Change the orientation to landscape. Display the print. Alright, let's do the first two first. Alright, so let's go back over here to our print. Now if you click on margins, so center the page horizontally, so just check that. If you go to page, you can click landscape. And just hit OK. Next step it wants us to do is display the print preview page. So let's go to files here. Sorry, I went to the wrong thing. There we go, print preview. And if you look right here where it says normal margins, sorry, I mean no scaling, you'll see right here it says fit out columns on one page. Click it. And that's it. Just hit back and we're good to go. And that completes step 14. Now step 15, it says in backstage view on the left click save and then click the bulb sheet. So backstage view, I don't know why they call it that, but if you click file, this screen right here is what they call backstage view. So all it wants us to do is hit save. Just wants us to save the workbook again. Alright, so now it wants us to go to bulbs. Cancel the grouping, but once you click on bulbs, it cancels it automatically. Now it says to click on the trees sheet tab and then insert a new worksheet. So you can click this right here and they'll put a new worksheet there. Change the name to summary. So if you right click this sheet 1, you can hit rename, change it to summary. Hit enter. There you go. And then widen columns A through D to 20.63. Alright, so let's highlight A through D. Oops. And come back to A here and click left and hold it down. And let's just scoot it until it says 20.63. There we go, and let go. That changes all of them all at once. Move the summary sheet so that it is the first sheet in the workbook. So just left click this and hold it, and then scoot it on over here. That completes step 15. We're almost there, everybody. We are on 16 of 23. It's going to go fast from here. Alright, Step 16 in cell A1. Type Pasadena inventory. Sorry, totally butchered that name, but not sure how to say that right. Pasadena. There we go. Alright, so now it wants us to merge and center the title across A1 to D1. So let's click it. Highlight D. Go to your Homes tab. Merge and center. Apply the title cell style. So cell style, title. In A2, type as of December 31st. Alright, now it wants us to merge and center this to D. And put a heading 1 cell style. So go to cell styles, heading 1. 17 on the bulb sheet. Copy the range A4 to A8. To A8. So, sorry, I went to B4 to B8. So it wants us to copy A4 to A8. So we can just do that easily. We can just highlight that and we can copy it. Come over here and paste it. Simple as that. After we put this information, it says apply heading 4 style. Sorry about that. Messed up a little bit. There we go. Alright, so what I was doing is I was doing step 18. In the summary sheet, in cell B4, type bulbs. And C4 type trees. And cell D4 type bulbs trees. Alright, center the column's title and then apply heading 3 style. So wants us to center these. And it wants us to put cell style heading 3. Alright. That's step 18. Step 19. In cell B5, enter the formula that references cell B4 in the bulb sheet so that the bulb's total items and stock display in B5. Create a similar formula to enter average price, medium price, lowest price, highest price. Alright, so this is the step I was trying to do and I got all mixed up. So we're going to hit equal. Well, first of all, I want to explain something to you. I know I was able just to copy this and then paste it, but it's not going to work for this. So if I try to copy this and paste it, you're going to get this. That's not working. We need to create a reference. So to create a reference, you're going to hit the equal sign, come over to bulbs, click on it, hit enter. There we go. You do the same thing for the rest of these. Equals, click, enter, equals, oops, equals, click, enter. equals, click, enter, one more, equals, click, enter. There we go. We got all our numbers in here. So, let's see what else it wants us to do. Looks like that completes step. Let's make that a comma. Get rid of those decimals. That completes step 19. Number 20. Enter the formulas in range C5 through 9 to reference the total stock for tree. So it wants us to do the same thing, but for trees. So let's hit equal, go to trees, click it, enter. Maybe it'll let us bring it down. Yep, it did let us bring it down, so it's just formatted really funky because they're just regular numbers and not accounting format. So let's put accounting, and there we go. Let's make that one comma style. That was a lot easier. Get rid of these. Alright, so we're good. Looks like that may be the end of 20. Yep. Alright, so let's go to number 21. This looks like a hefty one right here. Alright, in cell D5, D6, D7, D8, D9. So we're dealing with these ones. Insert column spark lines using the value in the bulbs and trees column. Format the spark lines using styles in the first row as following. Alright, so let's, first things first, we need to put in spark lines. So to do that, let's go to the Insert tab here. If you click over here, you see spark lines. Alright, so let's highlight bulbs and trees. Go to Insert, column. We want range B5 to C5. We want it to be right here in D. And it looks like from our directions, that's going to be style, ancient, spark line, style, ancient 1, 50% darker. Alright, let's go ahead and do the same thing for this. Insert, column, here's our range, enter. That one's going to be spark line, ancient 2, 50% darker. Looks like we're just going down the row here. Insert, column, range, okay. And that one's gonna be, whoops, that one's gonna be number 3. Insert, column, this one's gonna be number 4. And same thing here. Insert, column, there we go, and we want number 5. Alright, so this is what it's going to look like right here. Step 22, to the range B5, C5. Alright, B5, C5. Apply column style, 0 decimal places. Well, we already did that. I kind of skipped ahead on doing that. To range B6, not C9, but the accounting format. We already did that. Center the summary worksheet horizontally and change the orientation to landscape. Alright, so to do that, we are going to go to page layout, print. Go to page, go to landscape, go to margins and click on horizontal and hit OK. Now step 23, this is the last step, wants us to insert a footer. So we're going to go back to this, footer, custom footer, make sure left sections, got your little blinky line there, and click on insert file name. And then hit OK. Hit OK, and we are done. So make sure, once it's done thinking, come over here to File. I like to do Save As. You can hit Save, but I always have a hard time figuring out the difference between the first one we downloaded and the new one. So I always hit Save As. Kind of neat, rename it something different. See, Miss Hernandez. Chapter 3. Oh, Chapter 2. Getting ahead of myself. Hit save. You're done. You can close it out. You can go ahead and upload it. Sorry for some of the mistakes I made, but this should help you get through this assignment. Thank you.